Hello there and welcome to the show. It's me, Bob Flange, back with some more attempting to become a sim racer. So now if you saw the previous episode, you will see that I kind of hit a bit of a standstill and couldn't get past this race. Now, you may also notice you've only got my voice this week. You do not have my lovely face. It's because, well, basically, I didn't do a webcam video for the footage that I'm going to be showing you right now because of the fact that, well, I didn't expect to fucking get past the race. I had a bit of deliberation about what to do with this episode. This episode did very nearly become an episode which was just chock full of failures, like that motherfucker there. But as it goes, I did manage to complete the race, but like I said, I was just expecting to get some more fail footage, so I didn't bother setting up the webcam or a mic or anything. So basically, I'm just going to talk us through it. So this is a corner which has caused me a lot of trouble. Now that is probably the best time that I've done that and the previous corner on the first lap for an attempt on this race. Did get fucking sideswiped by that dickhead though. Now, as we come down here, you see a lovely bit of braking far too much, and then going, oh, braking far too much, so then speeding out too much and overpowering it. So just some rookie mistakes, just not really able to handle the raw power of this car. It's like Bambi on ice. That is exactly how I described it to Sloth and Shifty when I was saying about what I was finding this fucking Jaguar to be like. Fucking English cars, man. A Jaguar? What is it? I can't remember what car it is. Is it a Jaguar? I can't remember if it's an Aston or is it a Jag. But whatever it is, fucking sucks. Yeah, just sliding all over the fucking shop. So, essentially, as you can see here, we've gone for a weird accident happening. Now, I've been playing the F1 game. I've probably mentioned that to you before. I've been playing that a bit. Now that's got a rewind function on it as well. But instead of pressing the Y button on that, you press the back button. Now what I did here, and what I did on a lot of the other races that you won't actually see because I couldn't be asked to sift through all that footage, is basically this happening quite a lot. Me pressing the wrong fucking buttons. Now what it has done is it's changed it to this like kind of top of the car view, which I started kind of liking. So we're going to stick out on this view now, get this nice top side angle, and I'm going to see if we can actually do any better. So we're not even at the end of the first lap yet. Fucking long bastard this. We're 16th, so we've dropped a few places. Far from ideal, but we're going to soldier through. There's hope. I reckon we can do it. No, fucking braking like that though. Well, it wasn't really much braking. Oh, there we go. Second time round, much smoother. But goddamn, yeah, this is causing me a lot of issues. This car. I don't know which one it is in particular. I think I'm going to blame the car. It's probably the fact that how I'm driving it. Maybe traction control, just put that on, that makes sense, seeing as I'm sliding around like a motherfucker, just can't handle the power. Well, long story short, I ended up rewinding again a couple more times, so called it a day and took the coward's way out. That's right, we're going above average. So there was a bit of sound thought behind this as well, to be honest with you. What I was doing is, essentially, I thought, I keep rewinding still when I'm at that highly skilled, or when I was on above average before, and I moved up to highly skilled. I need to be nailing above average, so that's a good place to be above average. I'm usually pretty average at best at racing games, so if I can get to above average, that'll be a hell of a lot better. So let's see if we can get there, be more consistent, less rewinds, actually finish races properly. That's just going to make the editing easier for me as well. So, nice little first corner there. It's a good start. In 14th still. still. Yeah, we've dropped a couple of places off the grid, but fuck it. It's only early on. First rewind because I just went off fucking race. Okay, so a bit of a nudging there, but we get through that corner on the second time of asking. Or first time, I didn't even make it to the fucking corner. Okay, so it's good racing here. Good racing. Oh shit! No. No. It's not going well whatsoever. In hindsight, I do have a bit of an idea of what I've been doing wrong with this car while on this track. Apart from not braking enough. And the slippiness, I think that's just from me not using the trigger properly. Something I've probably mentioned before as well. Why I might get a steering wheel, but probably going to wait until I've got a bit more skills, a bit more of an idea of what the fuck I'm doing before I fork out for one of them. But yeah, the analog triggers, I just keep slamming them down rather than kind of like holding it in a certain position. So yeah, I just need to stop flooring that fucker really. Especially, yeah, until maybe I'm on a straight, then I can floor it. But before then, you know, bit of throttle control is definitely what I'm going to be needing. Especially if I'm going to be going into like F1 games and shit, because, well, yeah, from speaking with old Shifty, if I'm just throttling it all the time on that, I'm going to be fucked. So, bastards just cut into me there. So we had a pretty good run there without doing a rewind though. Looking good. Okay, that guy snaking a bit. And what the fuck is that? That's right. All that hard work. Got up into like 8th position or something like that. And 9th, yeah. And then these dickheads just fucked it all up. So, fuck you guys. I'm cutting across the grass. And then I got absolutely no control over the car as I try and pull away. But now we're back on track. We've got a bit of a straight. And it's all about going to go downhill very shortly because guess what? We've got a corner. Oh, shit. No. He manages to hold it. Not the cleanest of corners, I'll happily admit that, but we're on the fucking track still. We're in 6th position. Still the first lap, so there's a long way to go. And we nearly lost 6th there. But we pull it back on that corner. Tried to take me on the outside, but just haven't got the skills or the acceleration. So, coming up to the end of the first lap, I think I did see in the wing mirror there some people actually pulling into pit. Wow. No, so I rewound like from my big crashes. But I guess other people were smacking all over the place because it's shit just like me. Okay, so oh, nice. Done well there. So we've pretty much caught up with the overhead hat. Now looking at it now, beautiful hindsight and time to chill. Looking at that little mini map, looks like there's 5 people there. We're in 6th, so nice, no bunching, everyone's close together. Yeah. And then look at that fucking fishtailing coming out of that corner. So, one thing I'm going to be trying to do, which I think I did get towards the end of this race. Yeah, it was definitely actually the end of this race because I've not raced another one yet. Basically, I need to be, just have a bit more control. So started trying to notch it like halfway and shit like that on the throttle, but also just kind of like pumping it a little bit. Kind of the opposite of like countering ABS or not having ABS brakes or whatever it is, where you pump the brakes. So I've been pumping the throttle a bit And that seemed to be working and helped me get through like the later laps. Shit like that ain't doing no one no good though. Fucking any time I start to fucking praise myself about something I've done or realised I need to do, I then just, well, at least I'll talk about me being shit this time. Yeah, and then the shit just starts to happen. This little bit, it's caused me quite a lot of issues, this little section here. It's so narrow, with these fucking cars sliding around like they are, and dickheads slamming into the side of you like that. Yeah, I'm not having that shit. Now, at this point, I have totally got the opinion that I don't care how I finish this race, I need to get past it. So, yeah, could get frivolous in my usage of the rewinds, but I've been fairly frivolous through the whole of this series, so you can't really hold that against me if you're still watching at this point. So, lovely little turn there, lovely little turn. Oh, watch out for those tyres. Oh, keeping the momentum there. Hamilton's fourth. Didn't even notice when that happened. I must have overshot some position. As you might have guessed, by the fact that I've not cut any bits out of this race, this might, wink wink, nudge nudge, be the one where I actually fucking finish. So, going to take this opportunity on this little straight here to start some luggage. So, as always, do check out the links down in the description below. We've got some lovely stuff down there for you. Shifty, been playing some awesome games. He finished Control, made that his bitch, and now he has moved on. What's that game called? The Outer Worlds, that's it. Weird game. Oh, these RPGs, I think it's an RPG, it looks like one of those kind of games. I don't know, yeah, it's a game type which I've not played loads of. I've played them here and there, but I guess GTA is the similar kind of game really to a degree. But I just think of GTA rooted in its awesome isometric loveliness back from the late 90s. But moving on, we've got that new game he's checking out, The Outer Worlds. He's still of course bossing it on Assetto Corsa, taking it online now as well as we've then got our good old Mammoth Sloth bringing it real with Death Stranding. That code, I've forgotten the guy's name already, Hideo Kojima, that might be it. Correct me in the comments below. The guy who did like Metal Gear Solid and shit like that basically, and it's got that guy from Walking Dead in it. Walking Dead. Oh shit, that show now. Couldn't tell you because I stopped watching it a year or two ago when they got rid of the best characters. Why would they get rid of Rick and Maggie? Yeah. Fuck 'em. So, lovely little bit of control there going around that corner. That might well have been the point where I was like mentioned earlier about like kind of pulsing the accelerator. That might have been the point where I was like, yeah, that's what I was doing around there. Just right, okay, chill fast. And that seems to be going, and I don't know, it's just on a straight, I can't really judge my control of the car based on this. Dodging the tyre there. So yeah, it does look like I'm sliding around a bit less. As soon as I fucking say that, what happens? I slide around the corner. But yeah, we're looking a bit cleaner overall, I would say. Even that was fucking cleaner. Now, what happened here, which I did try and edit out, but it all just looked fucky. Basically, someone knocked on the door, so I had to pause the game. It was a lot longer pause, but I spared you that. But I wanted to show you that pause just so you could see, what actually happened rather than going, oh, why is that weird edit? What did you remove there? So, lovely stuff. We lap up those credits. We are loving life. Get some XP. Nah, it doesn't matter about that shit. I don't think that really gets you anything really. But the important thing is we won. We won. So, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back with my lovely face very soon again. We will also be back very soon next week. I will be bringing some of that Jedi action. The new Star Wars game is out this week. So, until then, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace.